Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're watching this, it means you made it through an incredible learning journey. So let's put a final bow on it with a complete review of everything we've covered. I'm genuinely excited for you.
And I'm not kidding, congratulations are in order. 20 modules on a topic this deep is a massive accomplishment, and you should be seriously proud. You've built an incredible knowledge base that's going to serve you really, really well.
Now before we jump in, we've got to cover the important but standard disclaimer. Just so we're all clear, this review is based on a fantastic, comprehensive report by Virtualization Options LLC, but it's for general information only. It's not a replacement for professional legal, financial, or specific technical advice. So you know the drill. Please talk to your own experts before you take any action. And keep in mind, these modules just scratch the surface of the full report. And pay very close attention when we get to licensing, because as you'll remember from Module 14, that's a whole complex world of its own.
All right, let's do this. We're going to start at the very beginning. For Act 1, we'll do a quick-fire recap of the fundamental building blocks, those core technologies that everything else is built on top of.
So Module 1 kicked things off with the big why, right? Why are we even talking about this? Well, it all comes down to the fact that GPUs are crazy powerful and super expensive, and most of the time they're just sitting there, not doing much. GPU virtualization is the answer. It lets us slice up a single physical GPU and share it across multiple virtual machines, which means we get way better efficiency and a much, much better return on our investment.
Then, in Modules 2, 3, and 4, we met the big three players on the field. Each one has its own special moves and, of course, its own trade-offs. You've got pass-through up top, which is all about giving one VM exclusive one-to-one access. You get maximum near-native performance, but the catch? Absolutely no sharing. Then there's vGPU, which cleverly uses time slicing to let a bunch of users share the GPU. It's perfect for high-density stuff like VDI. And finally, you have MIG, which actually partitions the GPU at the hardware level. This gives you a guaranteed quality of service, which is awesome for mixed workloads that can't step on each other's toes.
Okay, so we've got our foundational tech down. In Act 2, let's look at how they actually perform when we put them to work with real-world enterprise applications. This is where the theory gets real.
In this chart from Module 5 pretty much tells the whole performance story. Look at that bar on the far left. That's GPU pass-through. For a heavy AI training job, you're getting like 95 to 99% of bare metal speed. I mean, wow. The next bar over, the MIG instance, is right behind it, giving you that predictable rock-solid performance. And then, over on the right, you see vGPU. Its performance is variable, and that makes sense, right? The more users you stack onto that GPU, the more overhead you get, and the bigger the performance dip for each person.
So, in Modules 6 through 10, we played Matchmaker. It's all about using the right tool for the job. For that monster AI training model, you need the raw horsepower of pass-through, no question. For AI inference, where consistent, low latency is everything, MIG is your best friend. Packing as many knowledge workers as you can into a VDI environment, vGPU is the undisputed champion there. Demanding CAD workloads, you'll need either pass-through or a certified vGPU profile to get all the features. And for heavy video processing, you'll want pass-through to get that direct, clean access to the hardware encoders.
Let's move on to our final act, implementation and pitfalls. This is where we shift from the what to the how. We're talking about the practical steps and, just as important, the common traps you need to avoid when you go from a plan to a full-blown production environment.
Man, Modules 11 through 19, skipping 14 for just a second, this was all the nitty-gritty operational stuff. We talked about resource allocation, weighing static versus dynamic strategies. We compared hypervisors, VMware, KVM, Hyper-V, and which one makes sense for you. We even dove into how to get this all working with modern tools like Kubernetes. But we didn't stop there. We hit on the awesome security benefits of MIG's hardware isolation, why monitoring is absolutely non-negotiable for a good user experience, and the real-world limits you have to plan for, like live migration and the total cost of ownership.
Okay, now, let's talk about Module 14. If you take away just one operational warning from this whole course, please make it this. Licensing is not an afterthought. It is a massive, multi-layered beast. You've got separate, complex licenses for the GPU vendor, the hypervisor, the OS, and the apps themselves. Seriously, you have to investigate all of it before you deploy anything. Getting this wrong can cause huge financial and legal headaches that can completely sink your project.
Phew! Okay, let's bring it all home. After covering the tech, the performance, and the pitfalls, our final module gave us an actionable game plan to guide your own deployment.
And here it is, the simple, brilliant 5-step roadmap from Module 20. It all starts with a baseline analysis, because you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you are. Next, you forecast your future needs. Armed with that data, you design your architecture, picking that perfect blend of pass-through, vGPU, and MIG. Then, the crucial step, you validate everything with real-world tests. And finally, you enter the cycle of continuous monitoring and tweaking. It's a beautiful, logical flow.
And that really brings us to the end of our review. You've covered a ton of ground, from the core concepts all the way to a deployment roadmap. So the only question left is the one you see on the screen. With all of these powerful technologies now in your toolkit, how are you going to architect the future of your enterprise workloads? One last time, a massive congratulations on completing this entire course. It's been an absolute pleasure guiding you through this stuff. Thanks for sticking with me, and I honestly can't wait to see what amazing things you go on to build.